and work for the other person, right? And most of the people who we work for have never been to any college, multi-millionaires, multi-billionaires, right? So we're gonna go ahead and get back started. Once again, my name is Shanquille Bay. I am a financial consultant, a wealth strategist, and I'm excited to build my city, right? I'm ready to build this city, not another city, but this city. This is near and dear to my heart. And the person who I'm going to introduce to you all next, I know that he and I share a lot of the same, we got a lot of the same views and visions when it comes to what needs to happen in our city. Because a lot of people leave our city behind. Y'all agree? And it seems like we've been doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. What's that the definition of? We gotta do different, right? We got the babies, right? We got the babies who are watching us, and unfortunately, we're living somewhere where a lot of things have went wrong, right? And so it's up to us to fix it because we know that according to a couple of people that's in charge around here, it's not really important to them, right? And so we need to take that stand, and that's exactly what we're going to do. And so, without further ado, I want to bring up, introduce, and actually reacquaint my dear brother. He is now and has been for a while international. And like I said earlier, you don't get a lot of people who leave the city of Milwaukee and they come back to actually assist. And so we definitely need to know that we should be very, very, very grateful and just have that knowledge and just know in our hearts that it's some people who really do care and they're spending their time, money, effort to make sure that they see this thing go a different way. And so we know him as the coach. We know him as a coach. I've been knowing him for many years, going back to his days right there on Fond du Lac, selling everything that he could in that place. And I love that place. I would come and visit that place all the time. And I'm just excited to be here with him, to share this space with him, and just have him to grace the stage and kind of give you guys all of him. And so, without further ado, I am going to bring up our own Gem of Milwaukee, someone who's definitely a gem, someone who is doing things, like I said, not just nationally, but internationally. And so, if you all can stand to your feet, and let's welcome our dear brother and coach, Mr. Donovan Moore.
Around me with it. Hey. Thank you, Steve. That's right. We all gonna win, y'all. Right? It's time to win, everybody. Right? Time to stand up and win. So listen. First, I want to thank everybody for coming and our presenters today. They gave some great information. So a lot of the stuff I don't have to regurgitate. I had some things that I wanted to talk about. A lot of them covered it. So I'm gonna go right in on some details, on some things that we could probably help sharpen y'all right away, okay, and get into this next level, okay? So I'm a financial strategist, business coach. I've been doing this for quite some time. I'm just gonna give you a little bit of background. I'm gonna go right in, right? So I started off as a barber, barbershop salon. That's what Shanquille talked about. I did wholesale distribution. And what happened was I would go into the bank because I needed some money from the bank, right? And because I wanted to expand, I wanted to buy more products so I could make more money. I go to the bank said, hey, Darvin, your score is about 600, 609. Come back and see me in a couple of months. Pay those collections off, come back and see me, and we probably can do something for you. So I did exactly what the banker asked me to do. Came back, I couldn't get the loan, right? And so And my scores were about the same. They were still about 609, 610. And what I realized is that the banks really didn't understand the information. And that was a lesson. I paid off the collections, right? But it didn't help. So a lot of us think if we pay off a collection, it helps. Is that right? Most of us think that. Like when we go get that tax money, we go pay a collection, right? So let me just deal with that and I'll go into some other things. So a collection is a scar when it's on your credit report, right? So you don't want it there. So we should be disputing it, right? The banker told me to pay it. I paid it, but it was still there. I even paid it for less. And what did it say? It said settled, right? Or, settled account, paid for less. That's what it said on the credit report. You think banks like that when they see it? So that's not a good strategy. A good strategy is dispute it until it come off the report. So first off, anybody got any collections in here or any negatives on the credit report, what I want you to do is dispute it, okay? Every 30 days until it come off the report. That's the first thing you need to do. Jamal talked about the money, right? About the interest rates, about us saving. The better the score, the less you pay for the house. Did y'all know that? The better the score, the less you pay for the car in interest. Did y'all know that? That is real key, okay? Real key. So who all know the 5 components to credit? I'm going to start there and then I'm going to go right in because I want to know why y'all came. And so get ready to answer some questions for me, okay? Why y'all came, because I need to know what's the next level for y'all. And I'm going to try to help y'all in what y'all next steps are, okay? So who know the 5 components to credit? Come on, somebody. See, that's listen. Utilization. That's the first lesson of the day, okay? So if y'all taking notes, if y'all got something on your phone, believe me, y'all, this is very important, okay? I was at a lecture in California, and there was number of millionaires in the audience. And I asked them, they asked me a question, right? Because I was on the panel. They said, what do you think is the most important thing for our African-American business owners, right? And entrepreneurs? What is the main thing that you think that they should focus on to be able to even be in this industry with other folks? And I said, by a round of hands, by a raise of hands, who know the 5 components to credit? Nobody raised their hand except for one person. It was the cameraman. And I said, well, that's what our issue is. Because if you know the 5 components to credit, you are able, right, to manipulate, for lack of better words, the credit score, right? Max score is 850, right? The goal is to get 700 plus. That's everybody's goal. If you don't have a 700 plus credit score, then you haven't followed any of my messages. You don't understand that because anybody can have a 700 credit score in 3 to 12 months. Anybody can have a house in 3 to 12 months, no matter what.
So how old do it have to be before you start disputing? Don't matter?
It don't matter. If it's negative, you should be disputing it today, right? And then you should dispute it every 30 days until it's off the report, right? What the credit bureau is going to do is they're going to send you a letter and say, hey, we're not taking this off the report today. This is yours. Take it up with that collection agency, etc. We'll see you later because this normally should be on your report for 7 years, right? They do that because they think that if they send that to you, you're going to listen to that and you're going to leave them alone. If they send you a letter and they don't take it off, what should you do? Do it again. You're going to continue to do it until when? Until it's off the report. It's that simple. Every time you send a letter in, somebody else going to get it. We're just hoping that they do their job. And the dispute is going to say this. Let me clear some things up. Some of y'all think because I was late, this was mine. This was mine. So the dispute to the credit bureaus is this. I want you to verify this information that's on my credit report. If you can't verify it by law, it needs to come off. Verification means this, right? So let's say, for instance, Jamal had a credit card from Capital One. He didn't pay it. And they sent it to collections, etc. And now, he sends in the letter, right? But what happens is that debt that he got from Capital One, they sold it to another company for one. And Capital One and that collection agency is supposed to send a letter or have the actual document, right, in their file cabinet. TransUnion, Experian, and Equifax is supposed to have that contract that Jamal did with Capital One and that collection agency even before they put it on a credit report. So this is why the letter should just say verify this or remove it. If you can't verify it, remove it. That's how simple the letter can be. Y'all follow me? If they don't take it off the first month, you just keep sending it out. Let's deal with the components of credit. It's 5. Payment history is 35% of the credit score. Take notes on this. It's very important, right? Payment history is the biggest factor. This is why if you late, your scores go down so much. This is why if you got a late payment and you dispute it and it come off, your scores will rise. So I don't know what y'all scores are today, but everybody should be 700 credit score babies plus 720 credit, 800 credit score babies. All those are doable, right? So no late payments. The next biggest factor is 30%, which is revolving accounts, which I want you to just put credit cards. Credit cards are 30% of your overall credit score. So if you don't have a credit card on your credit report, you losing out on points. Okay? So you have to have a credit card. Now let's kind of talk about the credit card for a second. Now, let's say, for example, what's your name, young lady? Latoya. Let's say, for example, Latoya has a 750 credit score. Congratulations, Latoya. Let's clap for Latoya. She got that 750, right? And let's say that she has a $1,000 credit card. That's the only credit card she had. But she has a 750 credit score. Now, if as soon as Latoya, let's say she used $500 of that 1,000, right? Did y'all know that 750 credit score go down to about 650, right? Because of the utilization. I'm trying to share with y'all that 30 percentile, when I talk about the components of credit, this is what affects the score. So a couple of things here that you want to be at, and y'all should write this down, 10% or less of your credit card to have the maximum score, to have a decent score. 10% or less your whole unit of all of your credit cards that you have. You add them all up, and you're in 10% or less, right? Now, if you want to be anal or the best score is 1 to 3%, right? The industry say 30. The banks, they tell you 30% or less. I'm telling you 10% or less because it's going to be a difference in the score. Let's say Latoya got that 750. If she used 1 to 3%, then let's say she's not using nothing at all. She got a 750. If she used 1 to 3%, she'd probably be about a 760, right? If she started going to 10%, she'd probably be a 740, 730. If she used 30%, she'd probably be right around 700. Y'all follow me? So that percentage is very important. Okay, but we're going to do some questions in a little bit, right? So that's key, guys, okay? The other thing is this, like, y'all supposed to be bringing family and friends to this. We're going to be doing this every first Saturday. The objective is what? To build us. We don't know this. I got a lot more things I'm going to tell y'all today, but I can't give it to you in one day. I can't give it to you in 3 or 4 days. I have to start implanting this information into y'all brain in order for y'all to really understand it. Okay? So 30% is credit cards. So if you got kids and stuff like that, you can add them to your credit card as an authorized user to build their credit, to build them up. If you got somebody in your family and you don't have good credit, they can add you to their cards to build your credit. You just got to make sure they were never late, right? And you want to make sure that a little history is on that card. Let's talk about that. Another 15% when we talk about the components is, right, we said 35 is payment history, 30 is revolving accounts, which is credit cards. Another 15% is the length of history. How long have you had credit, right? How long have you had it? Because an 18-year-old, did y'all know somebody 18-year-old can have a 750 credit score? An 800 credit score at 18? They can have that score just by having a couple positive accounts on the credit report, okay? But that doesn't mean that they can go to Jamal at the bank and get all of the money because they can have a 750, but they don't have length of history, right? They don't have a deep file. Right? Because that 18-year-old can have a 750 and Latoya can have a 750, but she has 10 or 15 accounts reporting. And she has history there of things she paid over time. So she's going to look a lot more attractive to the bank than somebody that's new, that don't have a lot of credit, that just started and have a big score or high score. Does that make sense? So the 15 is length of history, how long you had credit. This is why, too, guys, if you homeowners, because I want to make sure we get this, right? Write this down, rentalkarma.com. Rentalkarma.com. Anybody that's trying to be a homeowner, future homeowner, Rental Karma reports your rental history. Okay? That's very important to add to your credit report because you can get history from this account. Okay? Rentalkarma.com. And then use the promo code PANCAKES and you'll get $25 off. Now, they'll report all of your payments that you made if you stayed in the house for 10 years, 15 years. Use the promo code PANCAKES. It's called rentalkarma.com. Okay? They'll report your rental history. Remember I said length of history is important. It's 15%. But remember I said payment history is 35%. So that's almost 50% of the overall score when you use rental karma, right? It's getting you points in all of those departments. Okay, so if you've been paying rent on time, make sure you use that. Another 10% of the components after length of history is types of credit. The credit profile wants to see different types of credit: personal home loan, student loan, right? Car loan, credit card, versatility. The different things that you have there is what really activates the score as well. But it's only a 10 percentile. The last 10% is inquiries. How many times you asked the bank for some money or that you inquired for credit. That's 10%. This is why I always say too, right, guys? Never go to the dealership to get a car loan. Why? Because they're going to run your credit report 10 to 15 times. Those inquiries. And that's going to keep you out the game for later. Because maybe LaToya, she got the car this week, but next week she wanted to, borrow money from the bank to start her business, right? And the bank looked at her credit report and she got 10 to 15 inquiries. They don't care if she got that $750 we talked about. They're not going to give her the loan because she inquired too many times. Y'all follow me? So when you're trying to get a car, you should go to your credit union or your bank, right? And they'll give you a check for that car you want. A lot of times we just get real anxious and we just go anywhere and we just, we hoping that we get that car. We shouldn't do any applications unless we know we're going to get approved as well. Okay, guys? No negatives. Y'all write this down. All negatives can be removed, right? In 3 to 12 months by simply disputing every 30 days. So I want to help a couple people today. Miss LaToya, what brought you here with us today, Miss LaToya? Talk to me.
My friend from work.
Okay. So is it anything? So what you do, LaToya? What do you do?
A pharmacy technician.
Let me get another microphone, TJ. We're gonna go around the room for a minute. We're gonna play a little. We ain't gonna play no games. We're gonna get to something today. All right, there you go.
We're trying to get to this mic, so let's.
Yeah, we're gonna try to get to it, TJ. LaToya, so tell me. Tell me about you a little bit.
Let's see. I am 42. I'm married. I have children, grown children. Been in the pharmacy field for about 17 years.
Okay.
Been in healthcare for about 17 years. I'm a lead technician at Freighter Health.
Good. Okay. And so you own your own home?
No.
Okay. You rent? Is that something that you want to do on your own home? Okay. When you want?
I want to own my home. I want to rent.
You want to own? When you want to own?
You said what?
When you want this house?
I want it ASAP.
Okay. So how can she get it ASAP? Listen, let's help arm her with ASAP. Y'all, everybody say ASAP. Okay, LaToya. So, listen, y'all. I know sometimes when we talk finance, everybody don't want to talk about their business. But I'm gonna tell you, that's part of our damn problem because we don't talk about money amongst each other, right? Jamal said it. The mother folks talk about the money. Hey, I'm gonna get this house. Y'all stay all over here. Then we get this one. We got to talk about money together. So, Toya, how's your credit? Yeah, it's bad. So what does that mean? We're finna help Toya. She probably know already. So what does that mean when you say it's bad? Like, tell us about it.
There's some things that I need to get off my credit report.
Okay.
Which I'm going to start disputing every 30 days.
Okay.
And just be in a better spot, less spending.
Okay.
More saving.
Okay, so she has negatives that need to come off. So if she dispute, no matter what, in 3 to 12 months, the negatives are gone, right? But what's next? Because remember, she got to get the house, and we want to have a 700 score. So negatives is one part of the equation. So now I'm gonna ask Toya, what do you have? Let's say you take off all the negatives. Everybody should be thinking, because some of this apply to y'all. Okay, if you take off all of the negatives, right? What's on the report now? What's on the report that's positive? Y'all remember we just talked about the components, all those other things? Because that's what's going to calculate the score. What do we have? You don't got no more negatives. So do we have a credit card? Do we have a car loan? Do we have, so credit card, one or some? Was any of them ever late? 30 days. So guess what you're going to do? You're going to dispute them. So they're not going to be on the report, Latoya. What's going to be on the report, Latoya? So if nothing is on the report, Latoya needs to add some things to the report so we can activate the score, so she can go and get that crib. Y'all with me? So what are some of the things we need to activate that score, Latoya? That rental karma. You say you pay rent. Listen, right away, that should be added, okay? And then we should add potentially a couple of authorized users to your report. That'll kick you over 750, in 3 to 12 months, no matter what. You don't need to add the authorized users, Latoya, until all the negatives are off the credit report. Okay? That makes sense? And you'll be 7+, and you're going to get that house. And when you close on that house, call me, because then we could talk about, your pharmaceutical business that you're thinking about having. Are you thinking about getting the business later, though?
I didn't see it yet.
You didn't see it yet? So just call us and let us know when you close on that house. But I hope that helped you, though, because that's your strategy, okay? That's your strategy. So we got another young lady with a baby. How you doing today? I'm going to pick on you. Can I get that microphone? Thank you, Latoya. Hey, let's give Latoya a round of applause for sharing with us. I'm going to pick on the lady with the baby. You want to talk today? Oh, okay, Rose. She with Rose. That's why Rose said, bring it over here. Miss Rose. Hey, so I went to high school with Rose. That's my high school friend. I ain't seen her in many years. Miss Rose, but I did see her a week ago. We had alumni. Rose, so what brought you here today? Buying a house? Yes. So you interested in purchasing a house? Yes. Okay. So did you get any great information today? A lot. Good. You working, Rose? Looking for my next position. So what that mean? Not right now. You still looking for the next position? It should be popping up. Okay. That's good. So job is not going to be the problem. So Rose, on the credit side, how's your credit scores looking? Not as good as I wanted to look. So what's next for? What do that mean? Not as good as you wanted to look. How do you want it to look? Y'all hear what she said? Wasn't that real simple? So Rose, what kind of positives are you gonna put on there?
I don't have a credit card.
Okay.
I don't have a credit card. I was using the rental karma, but where I stay right now, they ain't savvy with a whole lot of things. So that kind of took me away from building my credit. I was using rental karma before. That was how I was building my credit.
Okay.
I did not have my car is paid off. I don't have any. The only thing I have on my debt is my school loan.
Okay.
That's pretty much it.
Okay. So yeah, you real simple, Rose. Like you said, you want to dispute every 30 days to the point. And what y'all should do is put it on your phone. Like I sent the letter out. Today is what, the 5th. Then you're gonna put on your calendar on your phone to remind you the 5th of every month to put the letter in the mailbox, right? To get that stuff off. Because sometimes we don't have time to revisit, printing out the letter and all that. So make about 6 copies, which represents 6 months of letters going out, right? And then if y'all too busy, then have your secretary do it. Like, Kevin, he busy. Maybe your secretary is sending stuff out for you. You know what I mean? But what we're going to start doing, because we're going to be doing this every month, is we're going to have some people here to actually look at your profile and give you exactly what's next. Listen, we can't play with negatives, right? If it's negative, you got to dispute it. If it's your car loan and it was negative 2 months ago, should you dispute it? Yeah. Will they take the car? No. They're not going to take the car. They want the money. You just want it off the report, right? Don't worry about even the house. If you own a house and it's late in the last year, it's going to affect you negatively. You're not going to be able to get access, right? So you need to dispute it so it could come off the report so you can get to this next level. Okay? So Tasha, let's pick with Tasha today. Hey, Tasha. Y'all know Tasha Dawson? Huh? Everybody know Tasha. Tasha, what brought you here today? Where that microphone? There we go. Come on. Now, I'm picking with Tasha today. She know it too. Hey, Tasha. Hey, family. What brought you here today, Miss Tasha?
I'm always looking to learn more.
Yeah, looking to learn more. So Tasha, let's talk about you and your next steps on house. Because Tasha is trying to buy a real big old mansion somewhere. That's what she working on, the mansion. So Tasha, what any advice that you can give us on what's been happening? Because we've been working together, right, Tasha? Have we been making some progress? Can we kind of talk about where we at now, what's going on now, and what's our step? Okay.
So we have made a lot of progress. It's one thing that I'm still disputing, but everything else came out.
Yeah. So it's just one more thing left. Yeah. And so sometimes when you just get down to one thing, let's say you just got one negative on the report. Now I'm gonna say this too before I go there. When you're trying to buy a house, you don't have to pay off all your collections if they're on the report. I always recommend you dispute, but when you're buying a house, they are the collections that they make you either pay or gotta go are things that are non-medical. If it's medical, they don't care. Okay, so medical collections, you don't got to go around and say, I need to pay this off or I got to get it off. I want you to get it off, but you don't have to get it off since we're talking about home ownership. It does not have to be gone for you to own a home. Because I had a young lady that had like a $10,000 and $12,000 medical bill, and she was like, I can't get the home until I pay this. And that's not the case. Y'all follow me? That's important to know. So Tasha just got one thing on the report. Sometimes if you only got one negative on the report and that's stopping you from moving, if it's low enough, you probably could pay it so it could get out the way. Because that's what me and Tasha was talking about. Since it's been there so long and it's just a thorn, if it's only a few $100 or some money we could just pay to get it out the way, that's when we get it out the way.
I did what you said too. So I called them. I was like, look, I got $700, all I got. And they were like, well, let me talk to my supervisor. And I got an email, and they said that if I send them that, they'll delete it all the way off. It won't just say like pay collection. They'll do a full deletion and it was like $1,400.
Yeah. So listen, and I want to be clear about what she's saying because most of the time I don't want you to negotiate because they'll leave it there. But Tasha said they're going to send her a letter. They promised that they're going to delete it. So make sure you get that verbally and in writing, okay? Otherwise, you just got to be careful because if it's still there, it's a thorn. Y'all follow me? It'll be a thorn. So anybody in business? Anybody in business? Okay, not you, TJ. Just a couple of people. Okay. So listen. We're gonna have some great classes and information on business, the next steps on building. We got another brother, AG. I just wanted to thank you, Tasha, for chiming in. We got AG here. Y'all, AG. So, hey, AG, what bring you here today?
Well, first off, I've already been working with you. Got my credit together, and I came today because I'm just trying to get ready to take the next steps.
Yeah.
Get more information on what to do next.
Yeah. So AG, we've been working together for about a year and a half, on and off, and his score wasn't the best at first. And what do we do, AG? Kind of give him the story, man, a little bit, so they could give him some inspiration there.
Well, sure. You sent those letters in. You gotta send them letters in. Don't miss no days with them letters. You gotta be like real dedicated with that. And it was some discouraging moments. Like I had got a bill out of nowhere that I forgot to pay, and it set us back some. I had got into a car accident and had to get a car, all type of stuff. Like stuff gonna happen while you doing this, but you gotta stay the course and fight through them hard times. That's the only way you're gonna kind of see the results. It's gonna be stuff that coming your way, but just stick with it. Stay sending them letters in and paying your bills.
Yeah, and so AG, you got a business too, right, AG? You did start a business?
Yeah, I'm trying to start a couple businesses.
Starting a couple of businesses, okay. And so once we got them scores up, what was your credit scores at what was the highest score we reached in the last year?
Like 720.
About a 720, okay. Yeah. And when we got them scores to the sevens, AG, you needed a little money, didn't you?
Yeah.
Did we help you get a little money?
Yeah.
How much? I mean, give us a little glimpse of what happened.
You got me about 20,000.
About 20,000.
Yeah,
okay.
That ain't even. And I could have got more, but I got some more work to do.
Yeah. Yeah. So once you get them scores up, banks are lending. They'll give you access, right? So AG got him about 20 grand. With that 20 grand, he made a couple of moves, and we're gonna be doing some more stuff in the future. We're gonna be building his business out. We got him some money, and the thought was, let's get this money so we can start using the bank's money to help build the business out. Y'all follow me? Instead of his own money to build the business out, right? Thank you, AG. I appreciate that. We got somebody else. I forgot about Bina. AG, get it with this lady with these checkers on her. Yeah, these checkers. Hey, Bina, how you doing today? Bina, I went to school with Bina too. Miss Kentura Edwards is her real name. And we've been in and out, but I've been staying on her about let's get this done, and we eventually got some stuff done. Bina, you actually closed on your first house, didn't you? Yeah. Congratulations. And it was a duplex, right? It was a duplex. And something had hit me. That's why I picked on you, because listen, when you buying a house, I like duplexes as a first house. I normally try to tell people to go that route because it potentially you can be rent free forever, or mortgage, or you don't have to pay money out your pocket. The tenant pay the mortgage for you. So that's always a good thought, right? Or a good percentage of the mortgage they pay for you, right? And then I don't want to talk too much, but sometimes, like you may only have to stay in the house for a year or 6 months. You don't have to stay there. Like, 'cause some people don't want to be with somebody staying up or down. Listen, buy the house, make you some money, and then go ahead and move into your single family. But now you got the investment property and the single family. Okay, so I think that's always a good idea. So Miss Edwards has closed on her first house, and then Bina, you asked me, Miss Charlene, you asked me about because you're about to do a group home in this house. Is it a group home? What's the name? Assisted living. And it was a question you had, and so you can ask Miss Charlene that question in a little bit. You don't got to ask her right now, but that's who I want you to talk to about that question. Okay, and she should be able to answer that for you. So let's pick on somebody else. Vontae, let me see that over here, Ben. I might pick on her too. On what? Vontae. So y'all give Bina Couture a round of applause. So Vontae, how you doing today? Doing great. So Vontae, my brother, I got introduced to you through Deontay, that's Devontae, and we started working together. So kind of tell me where we at.
Right now, I'm in the process of adding trade lines to my farm. We did some cleaning up, a whole lot of cleaning up.
Yeah.
Took some time. But right now we're adding trade lines to it, and just going after the gap.
Yeah. And so do you feel better now than you did when you first started? Right. So just imagine how he never started disputing those negatives, right? If he never started, he wouldn't be in this spot. Right now, Devontae is in a place where his scores are going to be 700 or better within 30 days, right? And if you want to buy a house, because Devontae, you working, right? So like he'll be able to buy a house if he likes. If you want to start a business and potentially get access, that's something that he can do, okay? And so that's it, right? Let's give Devontae a round of applause just for believing in himself, right? For believing in himself. Okay, so listen, guys, I want to answer some questions. If you got questions about personal credit, business credit, building, or anything, home ownership, the whole panel gonna come out in about 2 or 3 minutes, and we're gonna answer those questions, and then let's talk and have some fun. All right, Ms. Shanquell, sorry about that.
No problem. Let's give the coach, Mr. Moore, a round of applause.
I tried.
Y'all still with us? That clap was like he wasn't with us. Like, let's give him a round of applause for real. All right. So we are going to bring all our panelists out. Give us 2 minutes, and then make sure you got all those questions so we can get everything answered for you today. I'm just glad y'all still here with us. All right. And so, hey, I just wanted to say this. I want to commend the mothers for our faith. I want to give you a quick story about me before we get this kind of stuff here. So, first of all, I already told you all I was born and raised in 506, right? So, it was already meant for me. That's what they said that I was going to be a teenager.
I want you to get these 4 chairs and put them on the floor right behind where she at, because all 4 of us finna get ready to talk. Okay, so it's 4 chairs just like that. Just put them right there. Okay, yeah, right now.
Right. So, although I didn't have a baby in my teens, I had her, got pregnant at 19, had her at 20, right? So she's 23 today. And then I have a 7-year-old. Yes, I did. I have 2 children.
Hey, I gotta get on the panel.
Now the search, it's making my hair.
We're not doing this Republican shit. No, we ain't. Can you put the phone? Can you put that mic, that phone and stuff in the front so you can see us?
So it's a battle because he wanna stay in the hood and buy. And I'm like thinking about school districts, all that stuff, because like you and my sister, I personally stand out a 9-year-old among my grown kids. So anyway, I went to Mercedes to sell a Mercedes. And I have a car
that I was trying to sell back to them. It was like, yeah, I want this car or whatever. And as they were agreeing to purchase the car, they like, we can give you this car, and you run it through Mercedes, we're gonna hit your credit one time. And I was like, I said, you know, I'm thinking, I don't have a car. So I'm like, damn, do I do it? Do I do it? Do I do it? And my brother happened to call me, who was in real estate, like, no, you can't do nothing before closing. So my question is, are those like Mercedes and Infinity and all those places that say they only go through one bank? Is that true, or do they run you 1,000 times with?
They gonna always run you 1,000 times. This thing the dealers don't tell you. This one thing the dealers don't tell everybody is that they get a percentage of the interest that you pay every month as a kickback from the banks, as a thank you for doing business with them. So let's say I'm ABC Bank again, and you a dealership and you get it off this young lady right here to add. Every month when she make her car note, I'm giving you a piece of that. And so, you know, in the first 2 years of your car loan, when you're paying the most interest ever. That's why the dealership don't care if you get that car taken in 2 years. They getting all this money for 2 years off of you. So if you pay a 25% interest rate, where the dealership will always get you a car because they're gonna get money off of you even after you walk away from here. So they'll never just put your credit once. No, they're gonna look not only who will get the best deal for you, but really who's the best deal for them.
Yeah, and then remember this, guys, that the dealership is not the bank, right? The bank is the source. The dealership really is the third party, the middleman. Yeah, and they do. A lot of them do have their own bank. But if their own bank, so the other thing is this: the dealerships, like Jamal said, they want to close the deal, and they know that you need this car right away. So if they don't say yes, we got it, we got your rate, you're gonna go across the street to their competitor in 5 minutes. You ain't gonna be committed. So they're gonna send your stuff to 6, 7, 8 people so that they can get it right away. Because some of them people might be on break. They ain't gonna answer the phone. So if they hit 7, 8 people, they're gonna get somebody gonna call them back. They're gonna have a couple interest rates, and they can say, hey, here we go. But if it's just one person, what if that one person don't break or they off that day? They ain't making no money. So they're gonna do multiples. Okay?
And the worst ones is those dealerships that say like the small dealerships that say we'll finance your car. You don't want to get a car from them.
Oh wait.
One time or not, you be paying for that car 3 years down the line and don't run.
Yeah.
But you're paying $500 a month for a car that don't run.
So where should we go, y'all?
Your credit union
Your credit union or your bank?
or your bank?
First.
Or credit union first.
Yeah.
I also want to say, Natasha, if you are thinking about purchasing a home and you fixing your credit for buying a home, go buy a car. Because it's going to lower your debt to income ratio. So if you want a $300,000 house and you buy that car, you might be stuck with $200,000.
That's right. Thank you for addressing that, Tamika. That's correct.
If
Yeah.
you're already pre-approved, don't do nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm already pre-approved.
Oh, don't do nothing.
I'm like paying like $1,100 a month, the real car. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
You wait till you close in that house, Tasha.
But yeah,
Don't put nothing in the way, Tasha.
yeah, because right, right. Because seriously though, Tasha, that would, like you said, you're paying $1,100 in rentals, but those rentals ain't showing up on your credit.
Yeah.
But if
I'm
you
gonna try to
get,
work there like my sister said.
yeah, because for real, you should do that until you get up.
Uber.
You can buy
Uber.
You can buy as many cars that you want to once that house closes. Because some lenders will pull your credit report one more time.
Yeah, the day of closing.
Or
day before.
You actually sign. And when they do that, if something's on there, Lord forbid, that's about to knock you out of that approval. Man, and that's deep, but I know by you being a business owner, you may have the income to suffice to actually show that you can afford whatever that particular liability is. But you don't want to take that chance. I would just wait, and I would just go ahead, and as soon as you close, now you can go get you a whole fleet. Put them right on Turo.
That's right.
But we got another question. Let's get to it, please.
Hey.
How are you?
I was recently incarcerated and I fell back behind on one of my credit cards. I had like a 1,500 limit, but like within like 3 months of me like trying to like, I totally forgot about it, trying to make sure my room is paid for, rent good, my car note is good, and that one credit card, they write this. I don't know, like when I got back home, I remembered it. I paid the $500. Next, you know, they said the credit card is inactive. I called them. They said they closed my account. Like, is it a way I can get it back?
Hey, that's my little nephew Trayvon. Y'all say, hey, what's up, Trayvon?
Hey, Trayvon.
Hey, man, he telling all this. He said, been incarcerated, everything. Hey, but look though, who ain't been? He keeping it real, ain't he?
Keeping it real.
Hey, thanks for keeping it real, nephew.
That's life.
Hey, and that's what happened with people. They'll get incarcerated and they can't keep up with their stuff or something happen. So first off, nephew, no, they not gonna give you the car back, right? Normally when they close out a car, they don't give it back. Okay. So your next step really is starting over again, right? What do I mean? You're going to dispute that credit card off the credit report. Don't think about getting it back. Thinking about going somewhere else and getting a whole bunch more. Okay. So you're going to dispute those negatives, that one and any other one, to come off the report, and then you go to another bank and get you another credit card if that's what you're trying to do. Okay, because it's thousands of banks. It's thousands of them.
So can I piggyback off of that?
Yes.
So where my car loan, you saying disputed. Now what is it gonna do? Because it's current. Like what is it gonna do for those back payments or those payments that were missed?
That's a great question. Okay, listen, guys, it's thousands of ways to dispute. My philosophy is verify or remove the account. When I'm disputing, that means if you dispute the car loan, they taking the whole account off the credit report. Okay, yeah. Late payments is not my philosophy to dispute. Reason being is because one thing is we asking them to verify or remove. If we saying remove the late payment, we admitting that it's our account. We just wasn't late, right? And a lot of times late payments are a little harder to remove, especially if it's over one. Like if it's just one, you know, you could call the company and see if they'll give you. Give them a goodwill letter. Say, hey, listen, this happened, that happened. Can you try to remove it for me? Some will, some won't. But I would say dispute it, get it out the way. If you was ever late, listen, y'all, I don't care if you really like that account or you thought it was good, stop it. Get it out the way and let's build so you can move on.
So ain't no point in refinancing this truck if you tell them to dispute.
What do you want to refinance the car? Because that's two different things. You want to keep the car? Yeah. So that don't mean you can't refinance. So you can dispute it off the report, right? Then you can go to another bank and refinance it. They're not going to see it there. You can still refinance it, right? We just want it off the report so that your scores can be where they need to be. But you can still refinance it. You're going to have a better interest rate and everything if you get it out the way before you refinance it, right? Because when they see that late payment, that light bulb pop up in their head. What, Jamal, right? Jamal, they want some money because your interest rate's going to be higher. Your objective is how the interest rate's lower. Right? Okay. I'm waiting.
All right, I got two questions. I was part of the income driven payment plan for student loans, and I just got an email to them saying that they was going to end that. And I'm trying to figure out like what's a way for me to make affordable payments on that, because I don't want to like mess up my credit, like all the work I put in, I don't want it to get messed up from credit.
Don't make it.
Student loan.
Call them and talk to them. That's one of the main things you can do is call them, because any kind of debt, whether it's student loans, credit cards, before it get late, you know you got a problem, call them. It's so much help out here. As soon as you say I got a problem, they gonna help you. Like let's say you fell behind in 2020 with an account. Back then you could have called, they would have not let you have to pay a payment for the whole year because it was COVID. So just give them a call first, let them know like this is ending. But look, I got the same thing going on. Help me. You know, and they gonna do what they can to help, because they rather get some money than no money. They don't want to say, I'm gonna put a mark to your credit. They want money. You know.
Yeah. And let me address that too. My liaison told me that long as when you talk with them and you tell them you don't have an income, then they'll defer that. Yeah, they'll defer it. So like, and anybody that got a student loan, make sure that, because student loans have been really affecting our scores. Not because of the amount, it's because y'all haven't addressed it when they sent the letter and said, hey, the payment is going to have to start being made. Like just like Jamal is saying, make the phone call and say, hey, I'm just calling it, but I ain't got no job. I ain't working. And ain't no real people in here. Listen, they're not going to check. My liaison said they don't even check. Right? Just tell them that I'm not working. And then it won't affect your credit in a negative way. So y'all all should if anybody got student loans, you should have a calendar on your phone to say when payments is going to start being needed to be made so you can make another phone call. That's everybody. Okay? Otherwise, it's going to affect your money later. Why? Because your score is going to be down. And we don't need nothing affecting our money.
My second question was for getting a house, they want 2 years of steady income. I've been self-employed for the last couple of years. Like last year, I did Uber, and then something happened with that, and now I'm doing Amazon Flex on my own car. So would I have to be with Uber for 2 years or Amazon for 2 years, or it's just me showing that I have that consistent, independent contractor on my income?
You want that? Okay.
So, I'm not a lender, but from my experience, it doesn't have to be the same job for 2 years. It just needs to be consistently working, consistent income. And what that basically means is that you file taxes for the past 2 years. So you can be an independent contractor, you can be self-employed, but you do need to be able to show proof of that income.
And then, but on top of that, I want to add, you don't want to be one of those people who you file your taxes and because it's 1099, you zero everything out because they're going by your adjusted gross income. So if you made like 20, 30 G's with Uber or Amazon, and now when your tax preparer does your taxes, they're zeroing it out to like 5,000, 10,000 with all these expenses and all of this stuff. That's what the lender is going to look at for what you can afford. So if your taxes for the last 2 years, you might have 1099s that say you made 30,000, 25,000, 40,000. But when the individual did your taxes, they zeroed it out, and now your AGI is like 5,000, 10,000. So now the lender is looking at, hey, they're not looking at what your 1099 says. They're looking at what your AGI is. And if that AGI is real low, you're really not going to be in a position to afford what you're looking at to purchase. So you have to be mindful of that. And you have to be you got to communicate with your tax preparer. Like, yeah, I know I can get all these different tax breaks as a driver and all of that, but you do want to show some type of income there if your goal is to eventually purchase. That's all I want to say.
Also, make sure you can afford to buy a house. There's a lot of, it sounds good, there's a lot of expenses that come along with it, so make sure you can afford that.
And was you gonna say something? Okay, but only thing I want to say about it is remember because Shanquell talked about it earlier about the competency of people that we're talking to, right? All banks ain't created equal. All brokers or people that you're going to look for a house ain't created equal. So if they said, no, you don't qualify this, that, or other, it may be somebody else that can get it done for you. Just see what those bullets are and make sure you tell that to the next bank or next broker to see if you can get that deal done. Okay?
Any of y'all work like a side job that y'all ain't claiming on y'all taxes? Anybody got like a side hustle you got going on? Open up a whole different bank account with a different bank just for that money, that side hustle. Because the thing is, when you go to submit your paperwork for your approval, they want 3 months of bank statements. Any kind of income they see on there, they're gonna ask questions about it. And then now you gotta show proof of all that stuff. But I used to do underwriting, so the one thing you want them to do is show them exactly what they want to know. Nothing more than that. Like, police ask you a question, you gonna tell them the exact answer. You don't worry nothing less. Treat the underwriter the same way. So, if you got that side hustle, and you bank at, let's say you bank at BMO Harris, open up a whole account with US Bank or Chase, where you ain't got to show them that. That way you can't, they can't actually, because they will question. They They will question it.
And that includes cash apps. So certain amounts they ask, where did that come from, what is it for?
So we can leave our $20, $30. You ain't gonna have some questions about that.
Okay, Coach, I have a question.
Okay.
I'm one of your first disciples to use or whatever language we don't use.
Financial deacon. Financial literacy deacon.
When we first started about 15 years ago, I got a credit card, American Express, and we discussed buying a vehicle with my American Express because of the interest rate at the credit union was higher than the American Express. So can you give me an etymological understanding of principal and interest?
He always do that to
And
me.
I got a question for you, Jamal, because
Don't use no big words.
Yeah.
because we have a cultivation business in California, and we can't put our cash in the bank.
Yeah.
Marijuana?
Yeah, he talking about cultivation. Just say marijuana. What you talking about?
So it's legal in a lot of places, but it's not too many banks that actually would take deposits for a marijuana related
Right.
business. So you just have to do some research and find out which banks will allow you to deposit there. It's gonna be hard to
It's
find.
hard.
It's gonna be real hard to find because it's still like a new business and they kind of shy away from that.
But it's a federal.
Yeah, it's a federal thing.
Crime.
Yeah, it's federal, but not
Even
state.
though it's state legal.
State legal and federal. That's the problem.
But
Yeah.
So
Yeah, because I wonder myself because I'm like, I know some of these dispensaries, they gotta put that money somewhere. I know they ain't carrying on that cash, so it's
Yeah.
Under the mattress.
you know, you might have to even find some new connects. Like you might have to talk to some Jewish person on something where they might share the information with. I'm just being real.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm being real. A lot of times they won't tell us.
Right.
Daily deposit.
Or you all may have to, creatively put a business, on the side that pays for that. So like, it's not the money, so now the money directly coming for that particular cultivation, but now you have a separate company that is actually, paying for or funding the actual workers, the employees, and all of that. So now you got an actual registered business. That didn't work out?
And that ain't gonna work.
No, I got it. I got the answer. No, I got the answer for you for that. I'm gonna answer that one too. But to answer that question, TJ, what you have to do is you have to let the panel, let everybody on the panel test it first. And when we test it, this cultivation, then our idea will come. We'll be able to answer the question better. Okay? Let us test it first.
Hilarious.
All right. So, okay. I'm gonna answer TJ's other question, and then we'll get Kevin, because that question that you asked was important. The question together. Okay. Yeah, the etymological understanding, right? Because TJ talked about a vehicle. Instead of going to get a regular car loan, can he use his credit card to get the car? And the answer is yes, you can use a credit card to get the car. But these are the things that you need to look at, right? So let's say, for example, that the car loan was 7%. And so if it was a $20,000 car loan, right, 7% is what? What's 7% of 20,000, TJ? It's about
actually 105, and the interest rate was 3.5.
Okay, the interest rate was 3.5. Okay, so that's about $4,000 or $5,000 a month that he paying in interest. So
Credit card was zero.
his credit card was zero. So instead of him paying an additional $400 or $500 a month, he can use a credit card to pay for that vehicle at 0% interest, right? And now he don't have that interest obligation. But let me say this. You have to be strategic if you use a credit card to pay a car. Because remember when I talked to you about the components of credit, that 30% is, the credit cards, If he used most of the credit cards, remember the score is gonna tank, right? So the idea for him would be to form a business, get the credit card in the business name, and use that credit card to purchase the vehicle. So because now his personal credit is protected and it's always good. So whenever he need money, he still can get that access. Whenever we're making moves, we should always think about the future of our credit profile. Will this move protect us so we still can move later if we need to?
So when you open up a business account, because it's pertaining to a trade lines, correct? When you say do the basically off of a small business.
So I'm saying have a business and then you can get a credit card in the business name.
Okay, so just for starters, because I'm trying to
I got you.
do all of this. If I wanted to do a small business loan, business account, whatever the case might be, if I wanted to take my work check and deposit into that business account, would that build it, or is it a certain amount that you actually got to put in there? Because most of them that I've been seeing is like $3,000 a month, more than that, a little bit more.
Yeah, well, they got business accounts that you don't have to have a monthly, right? That's zero, that you don't have to have any money monthly to go in there. You can still have that business checking account. Now, you probably should come to a couple of my courses, or let's talk to get in more detail, because see, there's multiple ways to build business credit. Depositing money into the account a lot of times really only gives you a good report with that bank, not other banks. It's not building your credit when you put money into the bank. When you put money into that bank, depending on what products they have, potentially they'll give you a loan or something. But to build credit, business credit, you want to do business with vendors, suppliers that report to the business credit report. That's how you build business credit. Yeah, Chase is a good bank. Chase gives good money on the personal and really good high limits on the business side if it's done the right way. Yeah. Ms. Charlene, we got 5 minutes also. About 2 or 3 more questions? Yes. Miss Latoya. All right. Yeah, it goes as, how old are you? It go back at least 42 years. Well, so I've had people that got 20 years history, right? So it go back. Yeah.
And then, how many months do you dispute till you get all the negative credit off? Like, what if you're doing the letters and you're continually sending those letters off, but you don't see it falling off? So how?
What's next, guys?
Keep sending.
Yeah, you got to keep sending, right? Or call me. It's different strategies. It depends on what's happening, but the main objective, guys, is consistency. It will come off. I had a group with 15,000 members. A lot of people got their stuff off just by sending the letters out. It's consistency. A lot of times we stop, right? Every time you send a letter, somebody else gonna look at it. All we hope is they do their job, right? So if you're doing it in a year, that's 12 months. You really only sent 12 letters. Only 12 people seen it, right? And maybe they were just 12 incompetent people. Yeah, maybe. We got them, y'all.
Right.
Yeah. Miss Charlene?
She right there.
Hi, I just wanted to piggyback off of what she was saying to TJ. If you open up so for people that cultivate things, so it's a type of 501c3 that you can open up. It's called a private foundation, and you can dump all the money in there. There's don't ask, don't tell. You don't have to report to donations where they came from, and you can open up a business account that way. So having those layers of companies in between the federally illegal, state legal business, that is one of the ways to get around that.
All right. Y'all heard that? So y'all need some more information on that? Y'all see Charlene.
It was like, you not do anything.
Big bro, Charlene spoke. I know you heard it. Private foundation.
How y'all doing? I'm gonna give an introduction to who I am. My name is Jason Jones. I work as a robotics programmer. I went to college for 2 years for welding technology. I'm behind in the student debt. I realize that from this discussion that credit is key, but I want to know what influence does cash have on a bank's decision to give you more credit, for instance, because we had a lot of discussions about car notes and all that too. And that seems to be setting a lot of people behind financially. So to add value to the conversation, instead of buying a car, like if I see a car that's 15 grand, I give them 15 grand, and I know there's fees associated with out the door, which is cashing out in the car. And I buy this car after out the door is 17.5. And now, instead of allowing the bank to utilize me to make money off me, because the banks are in business to sell money. Instead of them allowing them to make money off me, I give them the 16 grand, and I have a great source of income. And the car note would have been $900 a month or $1,000 a month. I pay myself $1,000 a month in escrow account. I put that $1,000 up every 10 months, that's 10 grand. And the longevity of most car loans are 5 years. So after the amortization, that's the plan, right, that you come up with to pretty much pay them off. And over the course of the term of this loan, they're making extra money off you that you could be making off. So now I take this 50 grand, 50 to 60 grand that I could have possibly gave them over the course of the loan. And now I walk in here with a 0 credit score, but I have 60 grand and I'm interested in buying this house. What effect does cash have in regards to getting credit?
Yeah. So good question. So let me. I want to be, because I'm technical, because we talked about 15,000. So if we get the loan right at about 15K, then that's probably going to be about between, anywhere, depending on your score, that you're going to be paying about 400 to, 550 a month. So when we talk about the 5 years of 50, 60,000, I want to be clear that it won't be that much in savings. Okay. Now I went to a cruise. It was this marketers cruise, right? Because I wanted to, connect with marketers, and it was all Caucasians. And I was considered a business coach, financial strategist, but it was my time to come up to speak. And I said, man, what I'm gonna tell these folks? They pretty much already equipped. They know a lot of this stuff. They're going to look at me like, who is this, right? And so what I thought about, I'm going to tell them this. I'm going to give them a tip. I said, well, my name is Coach Darby. I'm a financial strategist. I know most of y'all are, well off, but let me give you a tip that you probably never thought about, right, to your point. I said, because most of you guys, y'all take y'all money because y'all well off. You're going to take that money. You're going to pay cash for a car, right, for your kids' cars, those kind of things. Let me tell you what I think that you should do. If that car's $15,000 that you're getting your son, don't go and pay cash for it. Go and get a loan, put as little down as possible, right? $500, $1,000. And then the next month, if that's how you feel, you can go ahead and pay it off or pay most of it off. So at least you still can benefit with that item on your credit report, right? So nobody should pay cash for a car just because you have it. You should always be thinking of how you can take that cash and maximize the profile at the same time, right? So that's one thing that I definitely would say we won't do the cash on the car because of that. Now, how does cash affect the scoring? I'm going to say this. So banks got something. I want you guys to look up this. They got something called a high 5 and a low 5 bank rating, right? So from a credit perspective, if you got $50,000 in the bank, banks know that, hey, this guy Jason has this kind of money in the bank, so the rating is a little higher, which means in a lot of cases, you may get higher approvals because you have that kind of money in the bank. But they're still going to look at all the variables, the credit scores, how much income you have. So cash is okay, but they look at it differently. It's a lot of other things involved. It's just not cash. Now, if you got cash, like I said, you can, Navy Federal has something called a shared secure loan. We're supposed to take our cash and maximize the way our profile look. If you got 10,000 cash, you can put it in Navy Federal in a savings account. AG, you did that, right? We could put the money in a savings account and then and ask them for the loan. They'll give you the money, the 10,000 right back, and you can give them all that 10,000 back in a week, right? Or I told you about 95%, so you give them 9,500 back in a week. Now you still got all of your money, but you have increased the way your credit profile look. So we can take money to build our profile without losing a lot of money, because the use of other people's money is important, right? Cash is good. I understand your point, but we still need to be effective at using other people's money. The bank's giving away 0% if I didn't tell y'all. So why would I use my 100,000? Right? Where I could get $100,000 in 0% and play with their money. I'm gonna keep mine under the pillowcase because something might happen. COVID might hit, and I'd invest my money over here, and now I'm hit. But if I had something under the pillowcase and I effectively use other people's money, I'll be okay.
And that's good. I just wanted to add, as a mortgage loan originator for so many years, cash is good. Like Coach said, you don't, you especially for those who have like thousands of dollars under the mattress, under the pillow. First of all, the bank, if they see you come into that bank or come to a closing table with 10,000 plus dollars, now they need to know where that money came from. That money needs to be seasoned, quote unquote. That's what the banks call it. So now they want to know, where did that money, they want to see a paper trail of where it started off, how did it end, and why do you have it? Because they will not allow cash to come into a deal that they can't trace where it came from. So you can say, oh, I've been saving it for a couple of years and it's just been sitting under the pillow and it's been, no, that doesn't work. So just know, yeah, having cash is good for certain things, but when it comes to getting a mortgage or even financing just certain things, you can't just come to the table with cash and think that that's gonna work out, because it's not. They want to know exactly where that money came from, how long it's been sitting, where it's been sitting, and why has it been sitting there. Like, you gonna have a lot of explaining to do. And now they have started a new thing with the government where anything over $10,000, you definitely, now you got to report that all on your taxes. So yes, cash, that old saying, that cliche, cash is king, is like a prince. Cause they ain't king. But I'm gonna let my
Real quick to that. If you come into the bank with $3,000 no credit score, you want a house, they will give you a credit card. They will not give you a house. You would have to find, you got to look at like alternative sources of credit, which may be, did I pay my utility bill on time? Have I paid this on time? But that cash ain't gonna have nothing to do with it. But they'll give you a credit card, but they definitely not, they won't give you any kind of, no house with that.
So even if, okay. I've established a relationship with this bank. I have a business bank account with this bank. I have a personal banking account. I have a CD with this bank, and initially, I make this my primary bank. I come in here when I first get this job. This job pays me $100,000, hypothetically speaking. And over the course of 5 years, they see that I have money management skills. That they are the ones that's receiving these direct deposits, and they can see what's coming in and out of this account. And over the course of 5 years, they see that this is from a legitimate source, that I'm in a six-figure or $500,000 a year bracket. And I wanted to know, like, as far as a home life, like, I walk in here, I had a bad credit score, but I have the capability to pay. And now my credit score is fixed. It's fixed now. Everything that was hindering me is off. And I have not put anything in my name because I had these hindrances on my credit score. So now my money is just sitting now because no one wants, they don't want to lend me. but they can see that the money is there.
Yeah,
So-
because they have guidelines they have to go by, governmental guidelines they have to go by. So let's say if they do that for you, they have to do it for everybody. And banks are so scared of litigation and regulations that they're under. So you gotta have credit if you wanna look at buying a house. Like I said, they'll give you a credit card. That'd be no problem. You got zero credit, you can get a credit card. But when it comes to a house, you wanna be like, for like an FHA, you gotta be a minimum of 580. But you wanna have that credit score there because you have to meet these minimum requirements in order to even qualify. Because then if they give it to you, they can say, it could be somebody with a 400 credit score, but only 10,000 in the bank, and say, how come you didn't give it to me? And then with the way our nation is right now, you have a lot of, I'm gonna call them red hats. You got a lot of red hats that are always saying black people are getting all the advantages now. And they use the any chance they get. And then a lot of red hats actually work in the bank. In the highest levels of the bank is the red hats. So they will try to find a reason not to give it to you, because for that situation, it's gonna have to go to the head of a department to approve it. And that head of that department gonna say, we're gonna look a deeper look into this dude. I'm gonna be real with you. They gonna say, we gotta do a deeper look into this. And they're gonna say, okay, this is our requirements, we have to do it.
Alright, comment.
All right.
There are some loans, so you can't get a loan through traditional banking or mortgage company, and there are some loans that you can do a don't ask, don't tell loan, and you can walk in there with cash and pay for whatever you want. Cash is king, don't let nobody tell you that. So at a mortgage company, you can go get whatever you want. You got cash, there's a higher risk, you're gonna pay for it, but then you can get what you want.
Which was literally, I had to go to a multiple different, like I'm a homeowner myself. But I think my credit score maybe.
Down there, if you got cash, I went and bought my first house with 500 credit score. My debt to income ratio was outstanding. I had no debt. I only had income, I had cash flow. And I bought my first house with 500.
Let me see that. Oh, you want me to get it?
Some of the things they tell you. So by trade, I'm an accountant and a financial advisor. Now, again, so you just gonna pay more, but now is it worth it to you? They tell you how to save money, how to do different things like that. But if you walk that house, if you walk in there with cash, they will give you a high risk loan.
Right, and so we do, and this is, okay, so we do have hard money lenders. But if you're trying to get, but that's a whole nother story. A hard money lender, of course, they will lend to you, but at what cost? Because if you're trying to get the exact same thing that the average person is getting as far as a payment, and you believe because you got the cash that you'll be able to get in at a good rate, that won't happen with cash. But if you're okay, Jason, with a hard money lender, if you're okay with that type of interest rate, because they're gonna knock you over the head with that interest rate to the point where you'd have been better off almost just renting and getting everything together in the meantime and setting yourself up so that you can get that lower interest rate. Because that's the whole point of getting into any type of mortgage, so that you can actually put yourself in a position where you're paying less than you would be paying in rent. But now if you're gonna get yourself in a loan where now you paying somebody else more than what your rent was because you wanted that loan so bad, that's not the smartest thing to do. I would just wait until I'm in the position to get it at a rate that makes sense and it's affordable. And now you put yourself in a position where, okay, I'm paying less than I was in rent. I have everything included, the taxes, the insurance, if you got PMI, all of that stuff is included, and now you're paying less. And if you have that duplex, which Coach Darvin talked about, that's the only way I bought houses in the beginning. I've been an actual homeowner all the way since 2006, coming straight out of college. I bought my first house, and it was definitely a duplex. I'm like, there's no way I'm going to be buying a single family house and I'm not in a position where I'm well off. So somebody else needs to pay this mortgage, and it ain't me. So a duplex or 4 unit is the name of the game for me. Some people just want that single family house for whatever reason, but for me, if I'm not well off, I don't need a single family house.
Okay, this is killing me because I see this all the time. I cannot tell you how many calls I get. I got cash, but I don't have credit. Cash is not getting you a house. We've established that, right? Yes, there are places you can go that will lend you the house, but this is my advice and what I tell everybody. You can get anything. Anything is easy to obtain. You can go on loan and get a loan from anywhere. Can you maintain that? Can you keep it? Yes, you can get a house. Yes, you can get a Mercedes. Can you maintain it? So if they give you a 25% interest rate on your car, you can drive it for now, but how long can you maintain that? Would you rather have 1% or 25%? Would you rather have a house in a nice area where you can sleep at night, raise your children, they can go outside and play? Or would you rather have something that you pay cash for, gotta put a whole bunch of money into?
We'll let Jamal, then I'll close it out, okay?
So yes, you can get anything, but can you keep it?
Jamal.
If you go back in 2007, when the housing market collapsed, it's because a lot of our people were getting homes like that. And we were the first ones to get foreclosed on, the first ones to lose, we were the first ones to do all these things. Sometimes patience is key. When they say, wait on the, I can quote scripture all day long, but they say, wait on the Lord, because you might get it right now, but you can get it, let's say it might only take you 6 months to get your credit right. And by then you can get that at 1/3 of the rate you was paying before, without a balloon payment on it. They'll tell you about the balloon payments they put on there, where you might pay it for 6-7 years, you think you're paying good, then they say you owe $50,000 today.
Due today.
And if you ain't got it, give up the house. And there's a lot of these things out there, but you go 6 months and you work a coach job for the 6 months, you can get you a rate at 5 or 6%. That's a lot better than 18%. It may not seem like a lot, but a mortgage is 15 to 30 years. So that's getting added up over all these years you're paying people. Because that's why the work I do now, I do it. Because so many of our people have been taken advantage of for so long. Because it was a woman that bought a house. I'm gonna tell the story, that'll be done. She wanted to buy a house. So they made sure she got the house, but they falsified her income documents. So then, the FHA, most of you go to the FHA to get those loans approved. They went to FHA, they saw it. They said, wait a minute, this ain't right, this is fraud. So either you gotta come with the full amount for this house, or we take it. Now she didn't put all her money in and do all this stuff and do all that thing, and now she has nothing to show for it. Not only that, she had to go back home, go find her a place to rent it, but she ain't got no reserves, no nothing. And they prey on us like this. That's why I gotta give honor to you, Coach Darwin, for doing something like this, because it's so needed when you got people up here that have the experience to tell you these things. I know I want it now, but sometimes having it now is gonna kill you in the future.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say something, then we're gonna close it, but we can still chill out and talk a little bit afterwards. But your next thought is, because sometimes because we never got there or can't make it, we try to figure out how we can do it no matter what. If you don't have good credit, you're gonna do the rental car. I just told you that, to get some rental history. You're gonna add a couple positives. Your score should be there so that you could get the house. You got a job, so don't focus and put your energy, on something that's gonna cost you a whole bunch of money. Yeah, and Charlene is right. You can get a house with a 500 credit score, but you're gonna pay a lot. You're gonna be a debt slave. The name of the game is to get out of this, right? The name of the game is to get out of the rat race and control what you got going. It only take a few months to get yourself together. Listen, y'all, invite y'all family, invite y'all friends, take a picture with us, put it on social media, okay? We're gonna take about 5 or 10 minutes. We done, right? But the panel is gonna do 5 or 10 minutes in the podcast room. We're gonna talk about today's event. And then we're gonna be out of here. But y'all welcome to chill. Y'all welcome to take some snacks home. I don't know. Deontay may even open the bar if y'all want to have a cocktail. We're gonna hang out for a minute. And that's it. Listen, I appreciate y'all. Let's give all the panel a round of applause, y'all. Everybody that came out. And what about TJ, the DJ, the Deacon? Deacon TJ. Deacon. And so listen, y'all, I want some of y'all to commit to being either, the mother of the church. What was it, the mother of the church and the deacon? The mother of the church. Yeah, I need some mothers of financial literacy, and we need some deacons of financial literacy. And so, Tasha, I'm automatically making you one of the mothers of the financial literacy. Yeah, Bina too. Okay.
Say workshop on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Workshop. All right.
Thank you.
That's right, y'all. Take pictures. Let's do it.
Is that okay?
Yeah. Cocktails on Deacon TJ, the DJ. Thank you for coming. I really appreciate it. Okay.
Thank you for inviting me. There were so many gems.
It was. You got a couple. That's
Absolutely.
good.
I'm inviting a lot of people next time I come.
Yeah, you should. See, that's the whole nature of it. Only way we're gonna raise the vibrations is if the people get it. We so lost. We are so lost. And all we gotta do is arm us with this, and it'll never go nowhere. You know what I mean? We can start living our life the right way, because we don't know, and so that's why we just out here.
Don't know what you don't know.
But every month, so I want you to be the mother of the financial literacy. Okay? You are? Okay, good. And so we'll talk. So that means like whatever Saturday you can make it. Try to make all of the ones that we have, and then we'll figure out what position you're gonna take or what you're gonna do. Like if it's greeting people, just making sure people feel comfortable. You see, I was trying to get into people's business and talk about things so we can help them. Like all of that. That's the only way we're gonna help each other. Like I gotta ask you, everything been good? How you been doing? That's what we're supposed to do with people. Because we don't know what they've been going through. Yeah. And so that's what we're gonna do.
And then that venture I was telling you about, it's becoming a real estate.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
So I already know Jamal, and that was Jim as far as the people that he knows. So I want to bring more people in the room, like align with your vision.
That's right. And then what that's gonna do is gonna help you in what you're doing, because those people gonna know that you know and you got it. And it ain't that we trying to make money. It's that money a byproduct of what we're doing for our people in the community. So you in with us?
Absolutely.
All right.
You a good orator too.
Huh?
You a good orator.
What's that? Oh, just talker?
Yeah.
I didn't do too much today. I just was talking a little bit, but yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, I've been talking a long time though.
Can I get a picture?
Yeah, most definitely.
Excuse me, ma'am. Could you
Everybody got to take a picture with me too. Don't get out of here.
Could you get a picture with me and Don?
You want to shake my hand? What you want to do? You want to piece it out? Or just want to chill?
We're just gonna chill.
1, 2, 3. I'm gonna take 2.
Okay.
Thank you. I thank y'all for coming.
You're welcome.
Was it okay?
It was good.
Y'all learned one
I was
thing?
trying to bring my whole team.
Yeah.
Now that I heard you say the first Saturday every month.
Yeah, because what I used to do is just have them periodically, and it's a hit and miss. But if it's every, you either you gonna come here, somebody gonna come, or we can start bringing people to the hub. This is the financial literacy hub. Y'all feel me? Yeah, we got to. Yeah. Family, friends. Now y'all know. Hey, y'all be here, and then y'all let me know. Y'all text me, because we need mothers of the church. Okay, we need mothers. Okay, I got you. Yeah, we always need help. Everybody need help. Like even if it's just encouraging people while they're here, saying, hey, making them feel good. Because some people ain't social. They don't like to talk. So we just got to open them up so we can help them. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
Just the furnace and the king.
Look, let me show you real quick.
I know you didn't look good. Like I said, that was really the only. Look at Mercedes. I was trying to get me to get the damn car. But my bank said they're pre-approved. I'm gonna do a lease.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna.
Yeah, you don't need to, because
remember I was at 5 something when you looked at it last time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
only
really
one thing. What is this? This is okay.
So like, see what else I need to do.
You ain't gotta do nothing but get that little.
I'm gonna go ahead and pay the $700. Fuck you. I mean, just to get my scores up. Then, hey, Peter gonna say, we at the end of this, I'm taking that.
Taking what?
Cookies.
She know she can have them cookies. Cause listen,
She laughing like, hey, then you make that announcement. Don't make that announcement.
I'm finna tell people next time y'all come, bring some motherfucking cookies. Bring a snack.
Ain't it?
You know what I'm saying? Cause I spent $250 on y'all today.
So that's it. That's on
No, I gotta send me your identity IQ. Nephew, is the microphone up there? Huh? Oh no, that ain't no good. Okay.